The arena floor trembled beneath Vexthol's massive claws as he raised his bloodied arms to the roaring crowd. The Predator King stood 12 feet tall, his obsidian scales gleaming under the harsh lights of the Colosseum of Worlds. 4 arms, each ending in razor-sharp talons, stretched wide in triumph. His serpentine tail, thick as a tree trunk, lashed behind him with satisfaction. Around the arena floor lay the broken forms of 17 warriors from across the galaxy. Zenthari blade dancers, Corvan berserkers, even a towering Goliath mech suit now reduced to sparking scrap metal. Each had fallen before the unstoppable might of the self-proclaimed apex predator of the known universe. "Behold!" Vexthol's voice boomed across the stadium, his words transmitted through bioneural implants to every species present. "I have crushed your champions like insects. Your strongest warriors lie broken at my feet. Is there no species in this pathetic galaxy that can face the might of Vexthol the Unconquerable?" The crowd, a mixture of hundreds of alien species, fell into an uneasy silence. Representatives from dozens of civilizations had brought their finest warriors to this neutral station, hoping someone, anyone, could humble the tyrant who had been systematically conquering system after system. Each defeat here meant another world would fall under his brutal rule. In the VIP section, Ambassador Zara Chen sat quietly among the other diplomatic observers. The human representative appeared unremarkable compared to the exotic aliens surrounding her. Average height, brown hair tied back in a simple ponytail, wearing a modest gray uniform. While others fidgeted nervously or conferred in hushed, panicked tones, she remained perfectly still, her dark eyes fixed on the Predator King below. Vexthol's massive head swiveled toward the VIP section, his yellow eyes gleaming with predatory satisfaction. "And what of the humans?" His voice dripped with contempt. "The soft, weak primates who think they can play among the stars? Where is your champion, little mammals?" Ambassador Chen stood slowly, her movement so subtle it almost went unnoticed. When she spoke, her voice was barely above a whisper, yet somehow it carried clearly through the arena's acoustic systems. "We don't need a champion." The words hung in the air like a challenge wrapped in silk. Vexthol's head tilted, confusion flickering across his reptilian features. The crowd leaned forward, straining to understand. "What did you say, human?" Vexthol snarled, his voice booming in stark contrast to her quiet tone. Chen descended the steps toward the arena floor with measured, unhurried steps. She kept her hands clasped behind her back, her expression serene. "I said we don't need a champion, Vexthol. We already have something better." The Predator King's laugh was like thunder rolling across mountains. "You? A frail human female thinks to face me? I will snap your spine like—" "Information," Chen interrupted softly, still walking. "We have information." She reached the arena floor and stopped just beyond the reach of Vexthol's massive arms. Up close, the size difference was even more dramatic. She barely reached his chest. Yet she showed no fear, no hesitation. "You see, while you were busy conquering worlds through brute force," she continued in that same quiet voice, "we humans were doing what we do best. We were watching, learning, analyzing." Vexthol's eyes narrowed. "Your words are meaningless, primate." "Are they?" Chen pulled out a small data pad, moving slowly so as not to appear threatening. "Tell me, Your Majesty, how long has it been since you've been home to Zerion Prime?" The Predator King's massive form went utterly still. The question hung in the air like a blade. 3 cycles, Chen answered for him. 3 cycles since you left your homeworld to begin this conquest. 3 cycles while you've been playing gladiator and tyrant across the galaxy. She looked up at him with those calm, dark eyes. "Do you know what's been happening on Zerion Prime while you've been gone?" Vexthol's claws extended, his voice dropping to a dangerous growl. "Speak quickly, human, before I lose patience." "Civil war." The words fell like stones into still water. "Your brother Kolthun didn't appreciate being left behind to manage the homeworld while you claimed all the glory. He's convinced the High Council that you've abandoned your duties as Predator King. Half your military has declared for him." The arena fell dead silent. Vexthol's breathing grew ragged. Chen continued relentlessly, her voice never rising above that same conversational whisper. "But that's not the worst part. The worst part is that he's been negotiating with the Vegan Trade Consortium. You know those weak herbivores you dismissed so contemptuously 6 months ago? Turns out they've been supplying weapons to the rebellion. Very advanced weapons, quantum disruptors, specifically designed to pierce Zerion battle armor. Vexthul's massive hands clenched into fists. Impossible. My spies would have. Your spies report to General Morgak, don't they? Chen tilted her head slightly. The same General Morgak who's been routing their reports through his personal aide, Lieutenant Thisol, who, according to our intelligence, has been in regular communication with your brother for the past 2 cycles. The Predator King staggered backward as if struck. His yellow eyes darted around the arena, seeing not the crowd but the implications of what he was hearing. While you've been here playing conqueror, Chen said, taking a single step forward, your empire has been crumbling from within. Your treasury has been looted. Your fleet has been divided. Your nobles have been choosing sides. And your throne, she paused, letting the silence stretch. Your throne sits empty. Vexthul's roar of rage shook the entire station. His forearms flailed wildly, but Chen remained just out of reach, calm as still water. You think you've won something here? She continued. You've won nothing but time. Time for your enemies to grow strong. Time for your allies to grow doubtful. Time for your empire to forget why they ever feared the name Vexthul. The Predator King's breathing came in great ragged gasps. His massive form trembled with barely contained fury and perhaps for the first time fear. This is what humans do, Chen said, her quiet voice carrying to every corner of the silent arena. We don't win through brute force. We win through patience, through information, through understanding that the greatest victory isn't defeating your enemies, it's making sure they defeat themselves. She turned her back on the Predator King and began walking toward the exit. Your shuttle is waiting at Docking Bay 7, she called over her shoulder. I'd recommend departing immediately. According to our latest intelligence, General Morgak is planning to declare your brother the new Predator King at tomorrow's council session. Vexthul stood frozen in the center of the arena. His roar of victory transformed into the silence of defeat. Around him lay the broken bodies of 17 warriors. But the only battle that mattered was the one he was losing without ever throwing a punch. As Ambassador Chen disappeared through the exit, her whispered words echoing in the stunned silence, the assembled representatives began to understand something profound. Humanity's greatest weapon wasn't strength or speed or superior technology. It was simply knowing that while others were busy roaring about their victories, humans were quietly turning those victories into defeats.